Throughout this week, our reporter Kevin Mosley is looking at how the Dutch do self-build and what we could learn from them. He started a plot of land reclaimed from the sea.
This is one of the biggest building sites you'll ever see. It's on the edge of the city of Almere, a half-hour drive north of Amsterdam. Look around and you see a mind-boggling variety of homes, many complete and, as you can hear, some not.
Yes, the tall one with the orange and beige.
Yeah, and there's a building around the side from there which has got this window on the tilt that everybody takes photographs of.
That's Ted Stevens of the National Self and Custom Build Association, our guide on this fact-finding mission that's being led by the other man, Richard Bacon, Conservative MP for South Norfolk.
Flat sand.
So we're just going to do as much as we can at the time available.
Yeah, we're meeting back here at 12:40. Don't be late.
No. But I'm going to do the black cube and that. And
Self-build is actually a little misleading. Not many people strap on a man belt and start hammering away. The first and only step to securing a home is to visit a place like this.
Welcome. Thank you very much. This is Gerard.
Hello.
Who's been very involved in the I Build Affordable scheme.
The plot shop is a one-stop counter where you can bid for land, fix finances, choose from a catalogue of 50 house styles, hire a builder to do the work, and even a project manager to oversee it, all for a fixed price.
I build affordable. Ik bouw betaalbaar. From the expert team, I'm expert for affordable housing.
What they've done here in Almere is they've constructed a way of helping people on much lower incomes to get a mortgage from the salary they have. So if they earn $20,000 a year, they can get perhaps 4 times that, so they can get an £80,000 mortgage. But that's not quite enough to buy a house here. So they top it up with an interest-free loan.
Like I Help to Buy.
It's very similar.
What's not like I Help to Buy or the situation in England is if you want to buy a house, you have to find a plot. Then you have to go somewhere else to get the money. Then you have to go somewhere else to get the builder if you're going to employ a builder. And that is just fraught with difficulty.
Yeah, if you want to use Help to Buy in the UK, you have to go and get a house that's already built. The beauty here is it works on a house that you get built for you. So you choose your house from a catalogue. It's a guaranteed price. You can have a lot of say in terms of the interior fit out and layout of it yourself. So it's Help to Buy for people who want to build their own homes, not Help to Buy for people who just want to buy something that one of the big house builders has already built for them.
All the housing should be private development. People make the town. That's in Dutch, mensen maken.
Not everyone can afford a BMW or the kind of home that is usually parked outside. And in Almere, a quarter of the building plots are set aside for affordable housing. Here you can get the keys to your door for €180,000.
Then came the crisis, and this is in 2000.
Travelling with us are 24 or so politicians and housing professionals. One of them is Angie Doran, the self-build coordinator at Glasgow City Council.
I mean, this is obviously inspirational here, what's happening. It just shows you what can happen when government, local government and national government get together to support something like this.
Is there land in Scotland for people to do self-build?
There's land in Glasgow. Certainly the council still own a lot of the land in Glasgow. So I think it's about making them available to people rather than them going automatically to developers, which is what's happened traditionally up till now. People think that self-build, you have to do everything yourself. You have to dig the foundations, you have to do every single trade, whereas it's not the case. There's very, very few people that do that.
I am Richard Bacon. I chair the all-party parliamentary group on self-build, custom and community housebuilding and placemaking. We spend a lot of money on helping people in the UK who can't afford housing. We spend about 6 or 7 billion over this parliament on social housing investment. We spend about 35 billion over the parliament propping up the private sector in various different ways. We spend about 26 billion a year on housing benefit. That's subsidising people's rents because they are too expensive for them to afford. Why are they too expensive? Because there's not enough rented housing. Why is there not enough rented housing? Because the supply of rented housing doesn't rise to meet demand. So we have a very artificial situation. What we need to do is break open what an economist would call the oligopoly, the very small number of very large companies that basically control what happens. I think we've got to start putting the person who needs housing at the centre. And that could mean a moderately well-off person, it could mean a rich person, but it could also mean a poor person. I think a group of poor people ought to be able to go along to a housing association and say, this is what we'd like to do. We'd like to create this dwelling, this series of dwellings, and then we'd like you to rent them to us.
That would cause systematic apoplexy, there, wouldn't it? Because the planners wouldn't be on board, the council wouldn't be on board, the mortgage providers wouldn't be on board. All those things have to be stitched together.
I don't see why it would cause apoplexy at all. You need to put the right systems in place. Here it's made as simple as possible with all the steps that you need, including the finance and including for poorer people the financial help, so that the whole thing is stitched together and does work properly.
The MP Richard Bacon ending that report by Kevin Mosley.